Tempest that were stranded but alive. No choice but to investigate PB's signal.
Pathfinder, this console controls the gate.
Alright gamers, geeks, and other delinquents from the outer realms, it's time for the Gamers in Beta podcast with Captain Mike M.
That is a travesty of the highest order I've ever fucking seen one.
Featuring assorted co-hosts, J-Maniac17.
What the fuck was that all about?
Corey Atwood.
It's not my fault you guys all have shitty taste.
Sean Quicksilver, 3355.
Well, maybe you should look it up.
And Joe State.
That game sucks, dude.
Making fun of me, Jay?
I am not, but I am stating something that could happen.
Well, what could happen is episode 184 of the Gamers in Beta podcast. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we got everybody minus Corey. I think he is snowed in, and he is doing a retro game night marathon. So best of luck to Corey. But we got Jay, Sean, and Joe. Welcome, fellas. Jay, you were not with us last week, so hopefully you had some great holidays with the family. Last week we did discuss what we're looking forward to in 2017. Certainly that was centered around games and movies. But if there's something else you're looking forward to in 2017, let us know as well. But let's start, Jay, with what you're looking forward to this year.
Most anticipated stuff for this year, gaming-wise, is Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation, which is surprising from the Xbox fanboy here. But that game is really what is at the forefront, if I think of anything coming forward, that really what has really got me interested. It looks good, and the gameplay seems like it's going to be pretty good. So I'm really eager for that. Repeat from last week, you mentioned it for me, so thank you very much. But Sniper Elite 4, I love playing that game. Every time we jump in and play that, it's been a really good time, and we usually have a really good time playing that. So hopefully maybe Joe and Sean might join us too. And I don't know, Corey's not really usually into that, so not so much. And, of course, Scorpio for console. Really looking forward to that. And one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to is our usual trek to PAX East and see how who's going to be showing up. Sean possibly going to be there?
Oh, I'm definitely going to be there. The ticket's been bought, at least for Friday. I don't have it for Saturday or Sunday, but I have it for Friday. So. All
right. Well, we'll have to talk. We might have something there. So, but yeah, that'll be great to go to PAX East and see everybody again, and we'll probably take a trek to a restaurant and sit around and drink again. That's always a lot of fun. And then for movies and whatnot is another Star Wars. I'm anticipating we're going to have another good one, so that'll be another one to check out, and I believe that's going to be holiday. So for the new year, that's kind of the stuff.
Mm-hmm. So many follow-up questions for you, Jay.
Let's hear them.
First of all, for Horizon Zero Dawn, I would assume that you've never played any of the Killzone games, right?
I did a little bit.
You did?
I did a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Were you impressed at all with what Guerrilla did in those games, or not impressed? Or is this just sort of a leap of faith to play Horizon?
It's more of a leap of faith, but more so of seeing what is there. It does look good. I did play some Killzone on PS3. Our buddy Trav, who usually goes to PAX East with us, when he got a PS3, that's probably one of the few games that I did play. So, and I enjoyed them. They were pretty interesting. But again, I never had the PS3, so I never finished them. I only played maybe an hour or so of them. But from that, knowing that gameplay was pretty good, and just seeing the videos of gameplay, it looks like something I would enjoy. So
now, as far as the Scorpio goes, is there a price point? I guess the question is, could they make it a certain price that you're like, I'm out? Is there? Do you have a limit on something like that?
I kind of do. I mean, just after last time, it's nice to get right in, but where you can still play. All the games are pretty much going to be the same. I don't think they're going to come out of the box with something that's only playable on Scorpio. So I might wait a little bit and see if the price is going to drop. I mean, geez, we got our Xbox Ones, and the S's, the Xbox One S, the day mine shipped, the price went down like $60. You could get one for $60 cheaper. So, I may just wait on the Scorpio if it's up over $400, which I'm expecting it to be. I'm figuring it'll probably be a $500 price range. Probably $499 is my anticipation. So
for what's in there again, $499 is still a hell of a deal. If everything is true that the specs they have out there. The more I think about it, and the more that I read into their language, and I think they've done themselves a favor to sit back and read the comments and people. I don't think this thing is going to be much more than $600. I think you're going to see maybe a $499 bundle, which is bare bones, and then there's going to be other ones that have games and maybe multiple controllers that could be north of $600. But I think they have such goodwill on their side now. It seems like even though the sales numbers haven't changed, there's just a lot of venom right now towards PlayStation, and it seems like it has switched a little. And I think it would behoove themselves not to go too north of 600.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree with you on a little bit of venom toward PS4. Not so much venom, but just as soon as the Pro came out, though, they got back to sales again. They were on the positive side and getting more sales than the Xbox. The S got them, what was it, 3 months of sales? Right. So, I don't think we're going to see anything come out from PlayStation at that same time that will rival it. So, I think they will probably get some good sales, but the cost is really going to be there. And they have, was it Phil Spencer that made the comment about they're going to put it as a premium console price, and I really think that the Xbox One originally came out at a premium price, and I think that's the $500 range. So I really think it's going to be the $499 for a base model. So I don't know what probably be 1 terabyte. I don't know. Even that's not enough nowadays. So I'm hoping it's more, but and also the specs that they do have in there, by the time it releases, for what they buy in bulk and whatnot, I think they could probably sell it at that price range and get it and still be getting their money back. Maybe not making money on it, but they could probably break even or maybe lose a little bit and be able to get sales and to bring them ahead or even, so, with the original Xbox, the S, and the Scorpio out there. And like I said, I don't think we're going to see any Scorpio exclusives at that point in time. I mean, in fact, they're even saying, was it Mass Effect, don't have plans on it. They're saying it right now, but, Yeah,
I don't think either platform holder has ideas for exclusives for these iterative consoles, because that sort of flies in the face of what the consumer wants. They don't want someone to have sole access to one game and not the other. But But you mentioned Star Wars at the end of your things that you're looking forward to. We don't want to get into spoiler territory, but if you could give us a Siskel and Ebert thumbs up or thumbs down, a quick impression of Rogue One.
2 thumbs up. As a matter of fact, I want to go see it again, and I want to see it in an IMAX this time. I'd like to go see it in a real IMAX, preferably 3D, and check it out, because I've heard it's pretty good in 3D. So.
I saw it in 3D, just regular 3D, not IMAX. And there wasn't a lot of stuff in 3D that even thinking back on it now, I can't even remember too much 3D. But certainly the IMAX experience could be different.
Your typical, going underneath the Star Destroyers, stuff like that, I'm sure probably they can pop out. So pretty spoiler-free there. I think everyone has a pan of a Star Destroyer or something. So, so something like that.
Now, Joe, have you snuck away at all to see Rogue One or still waiting?
No, I haven't had the opportunity, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right.
I know you're a Mass Effect guy. And
I am.
I think, last week? What were you telling us last week about Mass Effect, that you already joined something? What was that again?
Oh, the Andromeda Initiative. It's a thing on their website. And
isn't that timely, huh?
Oh, yeah.
EA announced this week that Mass Effect Andromeda is coming out March 21st. Is that a surprise to you, Sean?
Nope. I think that was leaked like a while ago, actually. I want to say at least 2 weeks ago. That date was actually leaked, and they had to come out and say it then, officially, I believe. No, it's not a shock, because they said somewhere in the spring, so that would kind of roll around March. Somewhere around March, April's, So, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be a day one purchase for me.
So this is on the Frostbite engine. So that's good to hear. So it's running on the same engines that Battlefield and Battlefront are running on. I asked my buddy Tom, who's in our chat with Jay and myself and a couple of the OG Gamers in Beta co-hosts, if I would need to play the original Mass Effect games 1, 2, and 3 to be up to speed to play Andromeda, character-wise. And I guess these are totally different characters. Is that correct? Different story?
Yeah, it's a whole different story. And I actually just saw some gameplay on the from CES. I watched that, and it looks pretty cool. It's got the Mass Effect 2 menus and stuff with the Mass Effect 3 gameplay. So it looks really cool. I was really impressed.
You want to know the biggest thing that I've heard about this game so far? From pretty much everybody has been, how are we going to search the planets? Because it's changed with each iteration of the game. So that's been like the biggest talk that I've heard from people.
Now, Joe, are you a Mass Effect guy?
I really, really like the first and second one, but I never got around to playing the third.
Now, the third came to PlayStation late, right? That was like an Xbox exclusive for a while?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Jay, with Uncharted series, you have refused to play 4 because you wanted to do 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. And I know that you have dabbled very little in these Mass Effect games, a little bit of the story, but not certainly a huge amount. And you've invested most of your time in the multiplayer of 3. Are you going to be taking the same approach with Mass Effect Andromeda, or are you going to go dive right into it?
I would like to, but there's no way I'd have the time. And I don't even know if I would pick up. I mean, I think I'll pick up 4, but the only reason I'll pick it up is because I want to play the multiplayer again. If they have a similar multiplayer where it's co-op, kind of a horde mode almost is what it's like in 3. If 4 has that, I will be picking that up again just for that, because it was so much fun to play. And we had quite a group that would play. We had enough people. I mean, we played for months. So I would jump in for that, but not so much the campaign. If I did, I would like to go back. I have played probably 8 or 10 hours of Mass Effect 2. Played some of that. So.
And how did you select Mass Effect 2 out of everything?
It was kind of the same deal. A lot of people say, 1 skippable, 2. I had it. I think I just picked it up real cheap, and I just started playing it because I'm like, I got to try this. And I started playing it, and I enjoyed it, but then it got lost in the shuffle of all the other games that came out. And that's why I'm trying to finish games now. And even that's still not happening, but, that's a long game.
Right. So the quick description of Mass Effect Andromeda is supposedly put you in the role of the Pathfinder, an elite soldier, explorer, and guide tasked with finding humanity a new home in an uncharted galaxy. So who was the big guy in Mass Effect 3?
Commander Shepard.
Right, so there's no mention of Shepard, right? So these are brand new characters.
Yep. I don't remember if this is before or after. I want to say it's
After it's a new story.
It's after, so yeah, so he's not involved at all.
Now, did any of you see that collector's edition?
No, I have not.
There's a link in in Skype that I put in. It comes with a remote control. Oh, what's the name of that thing? The Nomad, and it's what was the vehicle that was in 1, 2, and 3? Everybody always talks about.
And I can't think of it now.
Yeah, it's the
little rover that you drive around on the planets.
Yes, so this is the new one, and they have a remote control one that you can get. It's $200 for this collector's edition. You control it with your phone, so you use or a tablet. It looks pretty cool. I was kind of interested in it, but it's another deal where it doesn't have the game in it. You get the remote control car, which is pretty big. I think it's like 18 inches long. It's pretty big. It looks pretty cool. It comes with, some extra stuff like codes or whatever, I guess. And then you get a steelbook. No game.
Well, who else did that? No game. Battlefield, right?
Battlefield did it. So EA, once again. And the only other one I can think of that did it was, I forget who did that now. Was it Sniper Elite or something? One of them. There was another one that did that. That was not an EA one that did that.
Hitman? Is there like a statue or something?
Wolfenstein.
Anyways,
it was Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, okay.
Yeah, Wolfenstein had one that did not have the game with it. So,
well, if you're going to buy this, Jay, what did you say, $200?
It's $200, yeah.
Well, you're going to have to cancel your pre-order for the Kojima statue.
yeah, the Kojima statue, I will not be getting. And just FYI, that is an in-game character, although all we've seen is video of the game. It's the guy in the suit that was in the teaser trailer they had. So it's not just of the logo. They were saying it's a guy in the suit, and I guess he has that Kojima face on. So at least some of the articles I read, there was. I don't remember. So
well, Joe's going to have to decide between the Kojima statue or getting some scented candles. Right, Joe?
There's no decision here, Mike. I'm getting both.
You're getting both. You can swing both.
Yeah, I'll just have the statue hold the candle for me.
Nice.
Just put them next to it. It'd be some sort of like ritual.
That nice smell of rotten flesh.
So if people have no clue of what we're talking about here, they are coming out with candles, scented candles, for the new Resident Evil game. So it's supposedly like the fourth dimension of the game, right? It's called Wood, Sweat, and Tears 4D VR Candle. So it's meant to simulate the smell of the Baker household. So it will smell like rotting flesh, swamp gas. Hey, we've all had swamp gas, right? And moldy wood. So the scent is supposed to last up to 18 to 20 hours. So even when you're done with the game, your house will still smell like that, which is awesome. That's when you have the sex. It's like, honey, come on. It smells like rotting flesh. Just drop those panties. Let's go.
That's when you make it wood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the smell of wood, hun.
That's my wood you're smelling right now. Take a deep.
And my tears.
So that's afterwards, right?
So what was that game that what was the game we played at PAX, Jay, that had like the fan and the scented candles?
Oh, I can't remember. I want to say Chariot, but it's not Chariot. It was I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, it's one where the VR one where you're riding in a chariot. Yeah, they had the chariot set up and they were blowing steam into your face with the smell of lilacs and whatever. Yeah, it was kind of cool, but I mean, you never play that at home, so.
So it's supposed to cost $18.99. What do you guys think? What do you think of that? Is that a cheap gag, Joe, or is that something you would consider getting?
I would not consider getting that, unless it was in limited quantities and I can sell it for a good amount on eBay.
I should just bring it to the tattoo shop. Come on, people would think their flesh is like rotting off. Just like don't have it out in the open. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't smell anything.
That's genius. Yeah. They'll totally be into that.
You get great Yelp reviews, right? Tattoo studios need those
what?
Yelp
I told you I
reviews.
was an apprentice.
Yeah. I just went too close to the bone. Don't worry about it. It'll heal.
Enough about these candles. We need to switch.
You want to switch? Well, that's not what you told us. That's not what you told us a few weeks ago, Jay. What are you going back on your word?
I don't want to switch.
You just want to switch the topic.
The topic, right? To the Switch.
So yes, the Nintendo Switch. The rumors are coming in fast and furious now because the reveal event is next Thursday, Friday the 13th Eve, so to speak. And the rumor is that it's going to be coming out on March 17th, so the week before Mass Effect. So, Sean, you will have to gauge your finances here and see, do I go Mass Effect or I go Nintendo Switch?
That's Mass Effect for sure. I can hold off on the Switch for a bit because it'll probably be just like the NES Classic. I won't be able to find it for like 6 years.
And the rumored price is $245. I think that's about what we've expected and sort of what we have mentioned all along. Certainly no other details right now. They're also holding some sort of other event on the 13th, like one of those Treehouse streams where they're going to go more hands-on with it. So for all you Nintendo heads, check that out. Still waiting to see what this is going to be about. Rumors are, again, rampant about battery life, saying 3 to 5 hours. Also saying...
Oh, I thought they said minutes.
Not talking about your sex life here, Jay.
Oh.
And they said something to the effect that you would lose 40% of the system's overall power on the handheld, so it might shift down to 720p. So all those things to consider, and it'll be curious to see if they address any of those things. Joe, do you have a plan to hunt these down to sort of resell them? Because like Sean was alluding to, I do think these things are going to be hard to find.
No, I'll come up with a plan like 2 days before.
So you're going to plan ahead and get the information at about the same time that they give us all the information about the thing.
Well, I don't think so, Jay, because there is a little thing going on, It's going to give us some info ahead of time.
Yeah, but they're not going to tell us anything.
They're just going to hold a conference and be like, well, I don't know. We got this console. That's it. Thanks for coming, guys.
We got this new Animal Crossing game coming out.
Yeah.
Why we have your attention here. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. And forget about Link because that's not coming out the same day. But no, I think it's crazy that it's 2 months, 3 months. Things coming out.
How much time do you need, Jay?
Yeah, but any other console, way more than that ahead of time. This thing,
let's see what happens.
You don't know
with Scorpio.
specs. You don't know anything. It's crazy.
Jay, haven't you been paying attention? You don't have to worry about that anymore. You just buy it. Because why? Because everybody wants it. That's the way it works, isn't it?
Wow. Yeah, I think anything is sort of hyperbole. Certainly, you know what it looks like. You know what the whole concept is.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, just by
you
looking
really
at
need the specs.
I mean, just by looking at it, can't you already tell what the specs are going to be?
It's more of a hands-on thing. It's more of a hands-on thing with that to know what's going on. So because it's not going to be running the normal, games that are coming out now. Like they said, Mass Effect isn't going to be coming out on it because, one, we don't know the specs. I'm sure that the publishers do.
Why would Nintendo be current on games? Come on.
Right. So, I mean, this is for the Nintendo heads, the people who really enjoy Nintendo in their stuff. So, and then we'll probably get some, remakes of stuff from PS3 and 360 era.
Honestly, though, you really need the specs for it. Like, not competing with the PlayStation 4. It's not competing with the Xbox One.
No, it's not.
So,
specs isn't the right word. What you want to hear is is it going to run GameCube games? Is it going to run Wii or Wii
right.
games?
What is it going to have?
How is the touch going to work? Features.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to know. Well, you want to know what games it's going to have. I mean,
Nah, you don't need to know that.
Give me a list of games that's coming out on this thing that they've announced so far. With it coming out in, 3-4 months?
They're waiting for the holidays, Jay. They were considerate of your time. They didn't think that you could digest family issues and Nintendo news. So they're letting the palate clean itself, and then next Thursday they're going to give you all that information.
What if I find out this thing is the next, better than sliced bread, and now I want it? I don't have enough time to put money away to buy it.
Well, you had plenty of time. Pre-orders are out there. You had plenty of time to save for it.
Yeah, but I haven't given a shit so far.
Stop buying the beer, and you'll be having plenty of money for it.
$245. How much money you need to put away?
I'll bring in all the returnables, and I'll be able to buy one.
Stop
What
buying.
if you don't really think sliced bread's all that great?
Stop buying computer parts that you're never going to install.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
And you'll have plenty of money.
That's happening soon. Holy smokes, I'm having.
Your house is being overrun by hard drives that you're never going to use.
No, they canceled that. And just in case the listeners are wondering what's going on, Dell had a pricing error where they had a 250 gig SSD for $21 with tax. And I got a confirmation for it and everything, and then it got canceled. Some people did get it shipped out.
Jeremy from Dad's Getting Grounded ordered 2 of them. He sent me the little screenshot the next day.
Yeah. I got the confirmation email, but then after that, I got a cancellation email. So I'm curious if he got them.
Well, Jay, you got yourself all hot and bothered here, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to cool off.
Thank you.
To calm down from the Switch hysteria.
I'm going to mute and drink some beer while you guys talk.
Well, we're going to run an interview here that I did just before Christmas. I did this interview with Alex Martin of Santa Clara Games. He and his partner are working on a game called 8 Days. It's an 8-bit top-down shooter that's coming out on February 7th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So this is a game that I think Corey might be reviewing. I think he's waiting on a code for one of the consoles. So it was my idea to sort of tie the review in with the interview, but I did my interview first. So we'll play that, and we'll be back in just a little bit. It's not that long of an interview. I want to say maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll be back and talk about what we've been playing. All right, pleased to bring you another interview this week. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Alex from Santa Clara Games, all the way in Spain. And Alex is the co-founder, businessman, and sometimes coder for games at Santa Clara Games. And he is presently working on 8 Days, which is going to be coming out in early February for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. The game is currently out on Steam. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Hey, thank you, Mike. Greetings for everybody. Greetings from Spain. We are very happy to be on your podcast. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Not a problem. So, 8 Days is an 8-bit top-down twin-stick shooter. Why don't you tell the people a little bit more about what they can expect when this game comes out on the consoles?
Okay, 8 Days. As you can see on the trailer, on the gameplays over internet, is an old school game. This is a shooter where you play as an expendable mercenary working for a GOD that has become the world leader on private military. So your first missions go to the east and break the world rice embargo that is preventing the upper classes to enjoy their daily sushi meal. So this is a very dangerous mission. So there's a lot of fun in the game. You can enjoy it a lot. And if you like, you can pay attention also to the history inside the game, where we state how the mass media used to manipulate our opinion, to just bias and just make this operation, this black operation, was good for us.
Now let's talk about the GOD. That stands for what?
Yeah, that stands for God, Oil, and Diamonds. And this is like a Blackwater company that makes sure that the interest of his customers is not endangered in some conflict areas, So on second mission, the players will have to go to some Russian area because a nuclear plant has been assaulted by the eco-terrorist group named Greenleaf. Their intention is to shoot down the nuclear reactor in order to force the government to promote the green and clean energy. So this is not good for the intentions of GOD because they like the nuclear energy. So you are sent to the nuclear plant to neutralize those eco-terrorists.
So it seems like the game definitely has some humor to it, but there's also, I don't know, what's maybe satirical elements to it, to things that are going on in present day. Would that
Yes,
be?
definitely. We use humor to talk about all these, tragic issues that we see worldwide those days. How media are playing a role in our lives, trying to, I don't know, to confuse everybody. Here in Spain, we have a open debate about the role of the media, how they are working this modern society, because someday they say to you something and the other day they say you the otherwise. So you don't know how to think about it. If you read the newspapers, you are bad informed about it. So we talk about everything about this in our game, trying to make some kind of critics. But if you don't like our critics, you will enjoy the game also, because you have to kill a lot of people.
So let's talk about the characters. You can start off either as Mike or Lola.
Yes.
So far, I'll be honest, I've only played as Mike. If I was to start a game and play as Lola, would I notice a difference, or is it just male and female is the only difference?
The only difference, male and female, because we don't want to open the Pandora box with the genres. We are very small studios. I talk about a lot of this issue with Iñaki. So because if we give a special power to either of Mike or Lola, someone will say you are promoting this genre. So we don't want to get inside of this battle. So we decide to just play with the skin. It is a different skin, but the character has their honest story. Lola is a Mexican who has born on Chiapas, and Mike is an Australian Black Ops soldier. He's 40 years old, and Lola is 24 years old.
Now you can play local co-op with both of these characters. When you come to the consoles, is there any chance that there might be online co-op, or is that just going to be local co-op as well?
It will be only local co-op, because for us, we are, Santa Clara is only a two-person studio game. Iñaki is the game designer and the artist, and I am the coder. So develop an online video game, it's very expensive for us because it rises your big event. It's very hard for us to sell and to reach the break even. So if we add the online, the break even will be rise a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now, as I was playing through the game, I will admit that it is challenging in certain areas. When you play in co-op, will the game scale up in difficulty, or does it pretty much stay the same?
No, it scale up also. It's harder to play on co-op, but I love the co-op. It's most fun than only on single mode, because you can develop different strategies with your partner. I used to play alone. I play in some way, but when I play with Iñaki during the play test, wow, it was very fun to say, hey, let me go from this way, and you start to shoot when I say to you start. Oh my God! So it's very fun.
Now, when you play in co-op, if say that I was playing as Mike and I died, and you're playing as Lola, can you revive me, or do I only come back after Lola has cleared a mission?
This was a very hard point during the development. We approached the 2 points, try to revive the killed partner, and we decide you can respawn your partner if you pass the level. You just have to reach the other screen. Then you respawn your partner.
Okay. So this game, I understand, has 5 missions. How many levels are there usually per mission?
There are per mission. There are more or less 10 screens, 10 levels.
10 levels.
And plus, you have a secret level.
Right. There's that has to do something with rice, right? You want to talk about that?
The secret level is after the 3rd mission.
Okay.
So, I cannot spoil it, sorry.
Okay, not a problem. So what are some of the influences when you guys decided to sit down and make 8 days? Was there a particular game that, hey, we really had a lot of fun playing this, and, this was something that, we want to take a crack at for this type of genre and see what we can come up with?
Okay. Iñaki and me, we are old boys. I'm 43 years old, so I used to play the arcade games as Iñaki did. And we love games as Ikari Warriors, Commandos, Double Dragons, all this era was very fun for us. Our first game was, I don't know if you know, it was a Hasselhoff. It was a robot that's running out of energy that's forced to rip out hearts to survive. It was a very small game for PC. And then when we envision 8 days, we say, okay, we have to make a bigger game if you want to reach more players on PC, because PC players and console gamers, they expect bigger games than Hassel. So I remember we have recently, when we start to play, to design 8 days, we have just played Hotline Miami. I saw Paper Please, Warren's Warsaw. We have all these games in the head. From Hotline Miami, I love the issue that you only have 1 point of life. If you get shooted, you die. This is a very frenetic video game. I love this concept, and how you can throw the weapon in order to knock out the enemy. So it's something that I love to bring to the game. And so the perspective from the game, I used to when I discussed with Iñaki, I told him we should use this visual language to in order to play. I think we can have something. We spent more or less 3 months with the mechanics until we got a prototype. We start on March, and it took us up to July to have a prototype with enemies working and try to polish the mechanics and realize, okay, we have a game. The mechanic is working. So now we will back to the table and start to design all the game.
Now, when I was playing through the game, I'd say the first couple levels, to replenish your health was a little stingy, right? A little hard,
yes.
Little hard to find. As the game opens up more, should players expect there to be more health drops or pickups to keep going, or is it still as punishing as it is in the beginning?
On mission 3, there's a lot of fruits and med kits that you can use it to care yourself, because this is is a very hard level, so we put a lot of medicures and fruits. I know the first level, the first mission could be very tough because you have to learn the mechanics. But from my point of view, I think it's the easy level.
Mm-hmm. Now, what type of guns will we be picking up? In the beginning, you have some sort of assault rifle, a knife, and then maybe you get like a bigger knife, maybe like a hatchet or something like that.
Yes.
A small SMG. But as you go through these various levels, can you tell us a little bit about some of the other weapons you might be using?
Yes. You will find on Mission 2, you will find an axe. That's very useful. This is my favorite weapon for Mission 2. Also, you will find a flamethrower. Another kind of weapons is, believe me or not, the rocks. It is very useful, the rocks that you will find. On the Molotov, also, in the 4 missions. And in the last mission, this is a secret weapon. You have to find it that will make your life very easy if you find this mega weapon.
Now, is there secret areas in this game that you can find, like, different weapons or other,
yes.
other people and things like that?
There's a lot of jokes inside the game. In Mission 2, there's a secret area that we added just to, like, it is a mention from someone that we love the games that he's made. Is Hideo Kojima. We love the Metal Gear Solid. We have huge fans from Hideo Kojima, and we add a little teaser for him, like a little tribute for Metal Gear series. Our levels have secret areas. On Mission 1, you have one secret area where you can find a bazooka.
A bazooka, okay.
Yeah.
Now, so the game's been out a little bit on Steam. It's in the U.S. It's presently $7.99 in price.
Yes.
And you also have a free demo that people can try out, so they can get a taste before they buy it.
Yes.
It's also coming, like I mentioned at the top, to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Is that date still February 7th?
Yes, it will be released on February 7th. We are on PS4, you will have also a demo to try the game. On Xbox One, you can try also the game before buy it.
Okay. And they should be pretty much identical versions between the PC and the consoles, or is there anything different?
No, it's the same version. We made a port. 8 days took us for the PC version, 18 months. We start on December 2014. And the development on July. On the porting takes us 6 months. We finished a couple of years ago, the porting.
Now, do you know if the pricing is the same between the PC and the consoles, or a little bit more?
I think it will be the same, but I cannot confirm it.
Yeah. Now, you have a publisher, Badland?
Yes, Badland is our publisher.
Now, they're handling... I would assume most of the work getting it onto the PS4 and Xbox One as far as the business end of things. Is that right?
Is right.
And how are they to work with? Good?
Good. They are terrific guys. They help us a lot with the porting, with their knowledge. So they've done a very good job for us.
Okay. So a little marketing line that I noticed in the email, a pixelated exercise in precision, patience, and peacekeeping. That's easy for me to say right now. A few beers in me, and it would be a little bit more difficult to say. Before we let you go, anything that you want to let people know about 8 Days that we didn't discuss?
Oh, I think it's a video game that will make very fun for everybody that loves shooter games.
And it's got the twin stick element, which I know a lot of the listeners like. It's got that. Would you say it's a top down or more isometric? What do you think, in your opinion?
It's top down.
Top down.
Or there's a Zelda-like, it's not pretty Zelda, but it's more top down than isometric.
Okay. Well, Alex, we appreciate your time. I know our listeners always love it when we bring developers on to talk about their games. So hopefully they go out and check out 8 Days. Again, it's on PC right now. If they want to wait for the console, again, that is February 7th, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So again, thank you for your time and have great holidays.
Thank you, Mike, for your invitation.
Okay, so Jay has just informed us that he has calmed down. He was wound up there for a little bit. The sweat is off his brow, and he's ready now to talk about games he has been playing. It looks like his list has many titles on it, so we're going to let him go first since he wasn't on with us last week.
Oh, there's only a few, but I've gotten back into Fallout 4. Been playing the DLC, and man, I needed a break from the game. The beginning of the year, I played it for a couple months straight. And I think I kind of got a little burnout on it. I did finish it, enjoyed it, and now I'm going back into it and playing the DLC and thoroughly enjoying it. Really enjoying it. The Automatron, which is about robots and stuff, and you have to find out who this mechanist person is. So I finished that up and played that and really enjoyed that. And I'm thinking not a lot of people have played these because I'm getting the rare achievements where it comes up and gives you that rare achievement sound, which they now have. And it comes up with a little thing. It's, the achievement circle with a diamond in it.
What system is that again?
This is on Xbox One.
Oh, okay. That's why you're getting those.
Yep. So I've been getting those, so I'm assuming not a lot of people have played the DLC for Fallout 4. As we know, Mike doesn't know how the Xbox One runs anymore because he never turns it on.
I don't. I really don't.
He really
Neither does
doesn't.
anybody else.
Well, that would be wrong, Joe. I turn mine on every day.
All right, keep going.
Keep the house warm somehow, right?
Exactly. Actually, the PlayStation warms it up a little more, but it's all right. So I play the Automatron. I have started the Far Harbor, which is based in Maine, so it's Far Harbor.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying it the correct way.
Yes.
Can we get a little Lobster Man voice?
Yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying Far Harbor, and I am hunting down, what are they called? There's all kinds of new stuff in there that one of the achievements that I got was only 3% of the people have gotten is cooking with some of the new recipes from that, which, spoiler, but they're seafood.
I want to ask you about this Far Harbor. I guess part of the reason I haven't dived into it is, are a lot of those crustaceans in this DLC, those like crab things?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I fucking hate those things.
Yeah, you just blast them in the face. That's the thing with those. They're
sound
tough.
they make, the little, the way they sashay side to side and come at you, and like the clicking. Oh, fucking
I just absolutely. I've got that. Yeah, I've got that. The shotgun that has an explosive perk on it. So even the Fat Man it doesn't do as much damage as this shotgun does. So
how does it look?
The DLC?
Yeah, is it standard Fallout, or do they make any improvements at all?
You have the fog, so there's a difference there. That kind of changes things up. But they still do pretty good with it. And I have the scopes and stuff on mine, like the digital scopes. So when you zoom in, you can see, and you can zoom in. I love going up on top of buildings and zooming in and looking way down ahead, and I can shoot stuff. It's like way across the water and stuff. So it's pretty good. So whatever they, I know they had some issues in the beginning on PS4, but I'm not seeing any issues at all.
Those words are hurtful, Jay.
Well, I'm just stating fact. They had some issues. So I'm not seeing that.
The important question here about this DLC, and, tell us if it's spoilers or not. But so the game ends, right? And does it pick up from there? So like, does it tell you as you're playing this, like, hey, you decided...
You could pick this up in the middle of a playthrough, even if you haven't finished the main game, and still go in and pick it up, because it has quite a few of the factions in there. It introduces some new factions, so you could play this at any point in time. So, I mean...
There's nothing in there that acknowledges if you were to play it in the order that these things came out, so that means you finished the main campaign and then you went into this. Is there any that you've seen so far, any dialogue that says, hey, you made this choice before?
Yes, I finished and I sided with the Institute, the way I finished up. And there are some references in this toward that. So, and it does affect the way you play too, because now you've made enemies of some of the other factions. So,
well, I'm thinking of diving back into this, and when we get to what I've been playing, I'll tell you why.
Yeah. So, but so I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying the storytelling in this. There's a new vault in there that you can go down in, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a murder mystery. You have to go in and do a murder mystery, and that's all I'll tell you. And it's very interesting. So I went in and played that and kind of got really in depth with that and enjoyed that. So, and like I said, if you want to get some rare achievements or trophies, go ahead and play it. So
we're going to have to make a mental note, or someone's going to have to write it down somewhere, that next year when we do our end of the year awards, or this year when we do our end of the year awards, we're going to have a category for best DLC.
Yes, we definitely have to do that. So, but and then I've been playing. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with AZ Rock Slide and Lefty Brown from the Gamer Husbands. Jumping in with them, and then some other people who get in. So we go in and grab the four of us and jump in, and been playing a lot of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer via backwards compatibility on the one. Still very enjoyable. So me and Mike had played some, probably 2 weeks ago. But so still playing that and jumping in and playing that. And then also, I don't know if you guys mentioned the last podcast or so that Microsoft Solitaire came out for phones, and you can get achievements or in that. So been playing a lot of that because I like Solitaire, and they give you 5 different options, I believe. So I've been playing a lot of that, really enjoying that. And then that's pretty much what I've been playing for games. And then I don't know if I mentioned or not before, but I've been watching Troll Hunters on Netflix, which is a cartoon, but it's kind of got some adult themes to a little bit. It's you can still watch it with the kids. And really enjoying that. That's very well done. Really enjoying that a lot. So been watching that. It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Your kids would probably absolutely love it. It's really good.
It's one of those
who's the guy that did
cartoons?
What's that?
One of those porno cartoons?
No, Joe. No,
you said adult situations.
Well, no, not adult situations. It's kind of how Disney adds like stuff that adults pick up on, but the kids can still enjoy it. It's kind of doing
like
that.
Boners. I've seen that Little Mermaid case.
Yeah, you'd like to sell that on eBay, wouldn't you? There's some good money in that one. But no, it's really good. Who's the guy that did Hellboy?
Ron Perlman?
No, the director. The Mexican guy.
Guillermo
del
Toro.
Yes, he
Kojima's
wrote this.
homeboy?
Yeah, it's actually based on some books that him and somebody else did, and it's really good. So really enjoying that. So Troll Hunters, check that out. I beat that up pretty good. I finally saw Captain America: Civil War because that came out on Netflix on Christmas Day. So
what?
Yes.
I'll watch that again.
There you go, buddy. Yeah, that was not bad. It's not bad. It gets dark. It's getting dark with those. So there's that. My wife's like, I don't like this. They're fighting. Like, they always fight. Yeah, but they're fighting each other. So.
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean, what?
I mean,
Have you seen it?
It was like they were like, beating up little babies or something. They were just fighting with each other. I mean, what's not to like?
Right, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like they weren't getting along. So, so I watched that, and then Ash versus Evil Dead Season 2 came out a while ago, and they're all out now. So I've sat down and watched those, and really enjoyed that. And then today I was making some chili, and the wife was home. So I needed a show that I could put in the background that's kind of mindless. So I put in Pixels, and I actually enjoyed it. It's one of them movies that you don't really need to follow along a lot. You just kind of have it running in the background. It's mindless. There's one of those days that you need just mindless television. There it is. So
what is Pixels?
It's
stupid ass Adam Sandler movie.
Adam Sandler movie. Yes.
Video game characters.
Oh, the one with the guy from Game of Thrones too, Peter Dinklage.
Yes. Yeah. It really is terrible. But it's if you want just something mindless in the background, video game related, it's not bad. They do a terrible job with things. I mean, 1 minute they're saying, "Oh, these aliens are coming down, and we've got to follow all the rules of the video games." And then the next thing they say, the thing's not doing any of the stuff that it did in the game. And it's like, okay, you just completely...
Sandler has dropped off big time, huh?
Oh, yeah. He's always been mindless television. I
thought he had some really good stuff in the early days.
He had a few. I like Big Daddy I really enjoyed. But most of his stuff, is pretty cheesy, so... was it Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy are probably the two that I really enjoyed. Like Waterboy, I've never been able to sit through. I apologize to anybody that does enjoy that, but I've never even been able to sit through that one.
I was able to. Waterboy is probably the last thing I watched. I can never get through the thing he did next, where he's like that, like devil child or whatever.
That little Nicky, that was horrible.
Yeah, I cannot get through that.
In my opinion, it was horrible. But for Pixels, that's probably I'd even watch it again if it was on in the background, kind of background thing again. So, and
who are you trying to not offend by saying, in my opinion, that's horrible?
Well, there's some people that like Adam Sandler games. I mean, I don't like that. For me, it was terrible, and a lot of people would agree. But there's also people out there that enjoy that. I mean, we all have our different opinions.
Are we back on Waterboy again?
Well, Waterboy sucked too. Yeah.
Oh.
That was naptastic. So,
Anything else, Jay?
And along with that too, after Captain America: Civil War, we watched Ant-Man again. Just that's such a good. I love that movie. My wife loves that one, so she's like, after seeing that, I want to see Ant-Man again. So we've sat down and watched that.
So we bought my son a PlayStation 4 for Christmas. So he got a lot of gift cards like Target.
Adopt.
What was that?
Adopt me.
Oh. I didn't know what you said. So he got a lot of gift cards for Christmas. So he went out and he's buying all these Blu-ray movies. So we already owned Ant-Man. So he went out and bought Ant-Man on Blu-ray. And he's got his own little movie collection upstairs. And he's not home 5 minutes. He's like, I don't need this anymore. And brought down the standard definition of Ant-Man. This cannot be in my elite Blu-ray collection.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good movie though. That I guess it's a spoiler, so I won't say anything. But
all right, Joe, why don't you tell us what you've been doing with your PS4 Pro?
Well, first I want to talk about this masterpiece of a movie that I watched called Little Nicky.
What's that guy?
Go Joe.
Sandler something.
Yeah, he's a great method actor.
Yeah.
He really gets in the role. He actually went to hell and became the son of Satan.
Bullshit. Oh, sorry.
For that role. No, fuck that movie.
Don't forget the black toe.
Another bright bulb from New Hampshire.
I have played some video games. Pretty much the same ones as last week. I finished Superhot. The game's badass.
What was that game called again?
Superhot. Superhot. It's so good. It's you're going around. Time does not move unless you're moving. So you can stop and you can look around you to see where bullets or enemies are coming from, and they're stuck in time. And so you can prepare like, oh, should I step this way, that way? That way I can make sure that I avoid everything that's potentially going to hit me. And you punch dudes in the face and their gun flies into the air and it's just like stuck in the air, and you can just grab it out of the air and then shoot somebody else across the room. And it's really, really fucking awesome. So like as you're playing it, you know, it's super slow motion, super how would you say it? Kind of like plotting, you know, really methodical how you're going through this. And then at the end, it plays through the whole thing in real time where it doesn't show any of the slowdown. It basically plays it as like a video clip, you know, kind of like a third-person video clip. And so you see everything that you did, and you just look like the most badass motherfucker because you don't see all the time-slowing stuff. So you're just walking up to this dude, punching him in the face, grabbing the gun out of the air, shooting the guy next to him, fucking throwing that gun at the other guy over there. So he drops his gun in the air, and then you grab the gun that he dropped and shoot him in the face. It's so cool. Definitely highly recommended. Very fun.
I think they're making this into VR as well.
Oh, man. The VR looks so fucking cool. I've watched some quick looks of it, and holy crap, it looks amazing. If I had VR, that would be the first thing I tried. I played a little more Hitman. Still a great game. I moved on to the second map finally. Not because I'm sick of the first map, but just because I figured, well, I might as well check out something else. The first
I got to ask you, how many times did you play just through the training one?
Just 2-3 times.
Yeah, I'm having a ball with that. That is a really good game. I mean, the replayability of that is incredible.
Yeah, it's great. And
The
then,
Hitman?
yeah, and once you go to the actual first level, well, no, you can do it on the training level as well. But what I've been doing is they're called escalation missions. And what's really cool about them is, so they're not the main mission for that map, right? That you're taking out like side characters. And usually each escalation mission has 5 stages. And they call it an escalation mission because, obviously, it escalates every iteration of this mission that you're doing. So the first time you'll go in and just be like, take out this guy. Doesn't matter what weapon. Doesn't matter what costume. Second iteration will be like, take out this guy. You have to be dressed as a waiter. It doesn't matter what you kill him with, though. And then take out this guy. Now you have to be dressed as a waiter, but you have to kill him with the fucking double-handed battle axe. And then, you know, they'll just keep adding modifiers as you go to make it more and more difficult. And it is just, it's so fun figuring out the ways that you're going about doing these missions. And they do just such a good job on making it so it's not like ridiculously repetitive. Even though a lot of the time you'll go through kind of the same loop to get to that guy that you're going to be assassinating, with these new modifiers, it really throws up so it's not the exact same thing, because now you're having a weapon that you can't conceal, or now you're in an area where you have to wear this costume where you'll immediately be spotted because you're not supposed to be in that area wearing that costume. So it definitely it keeps things going, and this is one of the best games that I spent my money on last year for sure.
So I just really quickly want to talk about how this is an example of a game that has turned public favor around pretty quickly. Because if you remember when it came out, everybody was like, this is the worst idea, this episodic stuff. This is garbage. You know, give me the full game. Why do I got to deal with this? You know, you're taking money from me when the game's not really out yet. And slowly but surely, everybody that's playing this is saying, no, this was done the right way, the way they're doing these things like Joe is describing, the different ways to kill people. I think you always have to be online to play Hitman because there are certain targets that are only available during certain times. So people,
they have the weekly targets or whatnot. Have you done any of those, Joe?
The elusive targets. No, I haven't actually done one yet because I haven't had one pop up for the map Paris, which is that first map. And while I have all the other maps unlocked, I haven't gone through them and gotten a feel for how to navigate those maps. And with the elusive targets, you literally only get one shot.
Yeah, if you miss it, it's done.
Yeah, if you miss it, if you get killed, if anything goes wrong in that mission, you don't get a second shot. You just have to wait until next week when they introduce a new one. So that's super fucking cool.
Yeah.
So this week when I was going to work and coming home from work, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, and a bunch of them were talking about this and saying how if they're not addicted to it, their significant other is, and that they're up all hours of the night playing this thing. So it is, dare I say, a sleeper hit.
Yeah, it was a great idea. I mean, everybody's like, oh, they're releasing it, they're only going to release in sections because, they didn't finish it or they didn't, it's not done right. Man, they really did turn things around and make people, take a look at how a game can be put out differently. I mean, Telltale puts stuff out, but that's different. This is a great way of doing things, and it's opened a lot of people's minds to how you can play a game. You get new content weekly,
You still had to pay the money up front, though, right?
I only have the first mission. I got it on sale for like $7.50. I think it's normally what
15
20?
or something?
Yeah, something. Yeah, I can't remember. Or you can get the whole season. You get the full year for $60. So you had the two options. Or you can buy them individually as they come out. So, yeah. And they also have they had the upgrade pack. I think it's normally $60 and it was on sale for $25. I did not pick that up. I think that's when you got it though, right, Joe?
Yeah, on the Steam sale.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with the second season. I'm definitely planning on doing it with the incremental stuff. That way, I can kind of get a feel for that because everybody's saying that was really cool. It really kind of it encouraged you to go do the escalation stuff more. Like right now, I'm doing the escalation stuff just because that's how it was kind of intended.
Yeah.
And I just want to kind of get that feel, but I can move on to another map whenever I want. So that's it. It's not like it's by choice, I guess. I don't know. It's not the same exact thing, but either way. Highly recommended. It's super fun. And then finally, on my list here, I've been playing the Plague Knight DLC for Shovel Knight. I went through and I beat 4 more of the bad guys, so I think I only have 1 or 2 more left in the final boss. And I have definitely gotten used to how the Plague Knight handles. I really like a lot of his upgrades that you can get for the different kinds of bombs, and it's just it's super fun. The volume on that fucking game is way fucking loud though for some reason.
Hopefully they give you an in-game option to turn it down.
Well, yeah, I just turn my TV down every time, but whatever. Either way, it's super fun, and I really can't wait for the next one. After I beat this one, I'm definitely in the market for that other DLC that's going to be coming out, which you play as like the knight that looks like death, and you have a big ass scythe. So that's going to be cool.
Now, what are you playing on?
PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those guys at Yacht Club Games, the Shovel Knight guys, they used to work at Way Forward. They were some of the people that maybe started Way Forward. And
yeah, that's right.
And so I guess there's a new platformer that Way Forward just put out that is supposed to be really good. That sort of genie girl, Shantae.
Oh yeah. I played that too on the Wii U. And the Pirate's Curse.
The newest one, whatever. It's supposed to be pretty decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's on the same level as Shovel Knight, but...
Right. But they say there's supposedly some influences between the two games.
Yeah, if you're interested in listening to those guys talk, last year sometime on the 8-4 Play podcast, they did a really, really good interview with all the guys from Yacht Club Games about their past and the whole process of starting Yacht Club Games and putting out Shovel Knight and everything. It's a really good insight because you get to hear about the whole getting picked up by Nintendo as the Nindies thing, because they literally launched specifically for the Nintendo platform as an indie, and then it ended up branching out to the other platforms. And it's a pretty good listen. Highly recommended.
Excellent. You'll have to share the link with us at some point.
For sure.
Anything else, Joe?
Oh, that's it.
All righty. Sean, brother. Brother
Yo.
Sean.
Well, this is relatively short. It's all old games, so it's perfect.
All right, go for
I
it.
fired up Mass Effect 2 again. I'm going to go for an all Paragon score this time. Just getting myself ready for Mass Effect Andromeda, as we spoke about earlier. So, and it's free, but we'll go into that later in the news. And Need for Speed Rivals, because anytime I want to take my frustration out, I just play a racing game that I can smash cars and stuff, and it works. So, that was a game that came out, I think, 2 years ago.
Right,
I don't know. I think it was 2 years ago. So that's my guilty pleasure. That when I feel like just mindless gaming, I play that one along with Minecraft and whatnot. And I played some Ark. So that was pretty much it. It was kind of a slow week for me because work was a little crazy because of the holidays. So
you were camping out in Origin this week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not sure if either of those games are available in Steam. They might be. But
I think Mass Effect 2 is, but since it was free, I picked it up in Origin. So, but yeah, no, I'm building my Origin library up with the free games as much as I can.
Gotcha.
So,
all right. Well, I went back to work this week after a 10-month stay-at-home dad type of situation, and so I didn't play any games this week. What I did manage to do is upgrade my hard drive for the PS4 Pro. Around Black Friday, there was a sale on a Seagate 2 terabyte laptop drive. So I got one of those and put it in today. A wee bit of a panic attack because the Seagate drive is much thinner than the stock drive that's in the PS4 Pro. And I don't have a lot of experience changing these things. I'm not the most technically savvy guy in the world. And so I had to figure out how to get the screw holes to line up. So when you compare the two drives next to each other, this one leaves a pretty decent sized space in the little tray that comes with it. So I was worried about that, but no problems at all. And this time I decided to get an external drive and back up my PS4. So when I put the new drive in, I could do a restore rather than re-downloading anything. I think that process took about, I want to say 6 hours, so 3 hours to back it up and 3 hours to restore.
How well did it work?
I don't know. I haven't played any games yet.
Uh-oh.
But there's no errors or anything. I mean, it
Cool.
When it restores, everything's in its same spot, the folders and everything like that, same background, all my settings are the same.
Now, that drive that you used, is that the same drive that you used to upgrade in your original Xbox, do you know? I mean, in your original PS4?
No, so my original, when I did the upgrade before on the PS4 original, I never went 2 terabytes. I went the hybrid.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a 1 terabyte that was in my original PS4 that I took out, and I was debating, do I want to put the 1 terabyte in? Because supposedly there is some, performance that you would benefit from doing that, or do I just want to put the 2 terabyte and go with the space?
Yeah.
So that's what I opted for. And I did go out and I didn't have any external hard drives laying around that were empty, so I had to go out and buy a new one. And they changed the look and feel of these Passport drives from Western Digital. I sort of like the old look compared to the new one. But it's neither here nor there. Same functionality.
Yeah.
And that's all I did this week. Zero gaming. Hopefully, after we wrap up tonight, I will jump on the PS4. I know devious Mr. Matt from the 40cast is looking forward to playing. So hopefully I can get some gaming in tonight, but we'll see. Let's move on to the news so we can wrap this bad boy up. Again, no real notable releases this week. The one game that I could find that some people are talking about is a game called Rise and Shine. It's I think it might be in like early access on PC right now, but it is coming out this week, Xbox One and PC. And because Jay was talking about Fallout 4 and seafood and lobsters, and Jay made an appearance one time on Dad's Getting Grounded, right? Is that true, Jay? Or twice? At least twice. Maybe
I've been on twice. I did the Mainer accent once.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to call on you to do right now, Jay. So I have sent you the link for this Rise and Shine game. And if you will do the honors and maybe read this as the, I think you called it the Lobster Man voice.
Lobster Man, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So why don't you read the description here for us in that voice, if you will.
Well, I'm going to read the whole thing here. So, Rise and Shine is now available for digital pre-order and pre-download on the Xbox One. The content is Rise and Shine. It's check your pre-order price and availability in your Xbox Live region because it could differentiate. Game description. You may pre-download this game, but it will not be playable until 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time on the release date of 1/13 of 2017. Rise and Shine is a true think and gun that combines elements of arcade shooters, bullet hells, and puzzle platformers to create a new blend of strategy and viscera. Viscera, that's that nasty stuff that comes out of your guts when you rip them open. Switch between Shine's add-ons to solve puzzles that redefine what bullets can do. Guide projectiles through intricate mazes, electrified damage equipment to discover new pathways, and juggle 8-bit fruit because why not? Prepare to dash flurries of missiles and avoid unseen traps as you fight to prevent its destruction. It's going to take all you've got to stay alive in face of lethal robot armadas, enormous bosses, giant death wheels, and, of course, brain-thirsty zombies. Enter a world where every level is a single, continuous work of art. There you go.
Viscera.
Viscera, yes, sir. That's that nasty gut shit that comes out.
That was very good, Jay.
Oh my God!
We needed Magnum's Magma Flow there to do the little sound effects. But yeah,
yes,
riffing on Dad's Getting Grounded. I'm sorry, fellas. So you can no longer do Rise and Shine. Unless you want to outdo us and you guys can put all the sound effects in. Go for it. But
oh, please do. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So now that you guys have heard that description, Sean or Joe, are you totally turned off on playing the game or something you're interested in?
Yeah.
Viscera.
Actually, it sounds really interesting because I like the puzzle games, and it's kind of a shooter puzzle game, so I may have to check that out. Is that
I just
ID at Xbox game?
I'm not sure. I know Evolve is
so.
handling it, so.
Yeah. I'll have to check that one out. That looks interesting.
Well, let's get on to the news here. There's some interesting items here right off the top that I know Jay is definitely going to have an opinion about, maybe the second one, but let's get the first one out of the way. So CES is going on right now in Vegas. We talked about that just very little. A couple news items that came out on GeForce Experience. Specifically, this is, NVIDIA's sort of program that goes along when you have an NVIDIA card. And now they're going to be able to broadcast live to Facebook. Certainly that's already built into things like Twitch. But if you wanted to, I'm not sure if, not Twitch, it's certainly built into XSplit. So if you wanted to hook that up and broadcast out, Sean, you can do it to Facebook if you had a Facebook account. What I like about the Twitch functionality, what I like about the XSplit functionality is that it will allow me to broadcast to the Gamers in Beta Facebook page. Now, so far, what I've looked at with this GeForce Experience is it doesn't let you go into pages that you manage. It only goes like top level. So if I stream to Facebook, it would just be to my own personal Facebook account, which is probably not ideal. So maybe they will roll that out later when you can actually stream to pages that you manage. But this next thing here is interesting. I find that you are soon, I think in March, are going to be able to stream to a GTX 1080 or a GTX 1070. And they're saying, the headline on this article from Polygon is that it's going to be $250 an hour. But let's get into some more details on this. It says once registered for the service, customers get 8 hours free on a GTX 1060 stream or 4 hours on a GTX 1080 stream. After that, it will cost $25 for 20 hours on the 1060 or 10 hours on a 1080. So if you own these games, but you don't have the system to run them on, so let's say you own Witcher 3, but you're still rocking like a, I don't know, 760 card or something like that, and you want to see what it looks like on a 1080, well, you can, jump into this, and like I said, the first 4 hours are free, but then you got to pay afterwards. What do you guys think about that? If I want to hear from Jay first, what he thinks.
I'm out.
You're out?
There's no way. I'm not going to pay that much. $25 for 20 hours or 10 on a 1080.
Yep.
And then you're streaming it, which I couldn't do anyways. I mean, this is going to go over about as well as PlayStation Now.
No, but this is called GeForce Now.
Yeah, and they probably work about the same.
It was previously, only compatible on the NVIDIA Shield device, but now it's going to work on most Windows and Macs, and of course, laptops, desktops.
Yeah, but Shield, you were streaming off your own PC, correct?
Right. Well, this is going to be similar because the games are going to come from your store, so it's not like you're going in and say, I just want to rent The Witcher 3. You got to own these games. So it's still going to have to do something with your own computer. I'm not sure how.
Right, but my problem is you're basically, from what I understand, is you're streaming to a server that they have, a virtual machine that is running a 1060 or a 1080, and then they have to. So it's going to go back and forth.
So it must just look at your machine for some sort of digital license. Like, yeah, you own the game, so therefore go to a virtual machine that has a 1080 and play that game. Right? It's got to be something.
Yeah,
like that.
This is crazy.
You can sign up now. There's a beta. You can get early access, and people, they're going to have a free early access membership. So if it's something you're slightly curious about, you can go to the NVIDIA website and sign up and check it out before you pay. Joe and Sean, you guys are more of the PC guys here. Similar reaction to Jay, or you feel this is cool?
I'm interested in PlayStation now because it has Red Dead Redemption, but I don't really care about this.
Yeah, I'm at the same thing. I don't really care. I got a good PC now, so I don't really need to pay somebody else to stream games. I'm good.
Now, if you just didn't get the new PC, would you think you'd have a different outlook?
No, because I'm still not going to pay that much. That's too much as far as I'm concerned. This isn't going to last long. That's my opinion. I don't think it's going to last long. I think this will be a flash in the pan, and boop, it'll be gone in a couple of months. Because if people are actually going to pay that kind of money for that, then God bless them for doing that. But I think
you're going to have a screaming internet connection for this to work. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have that. I do have a screaming internet connection, but I still wouldn't do it. Yeah. I mean, I mean,
what's your ping time? Yeah, I mean,
mine's only 10. So
how big's your ping, buddy?
That's excellent.
How big's my ping? Ooh, easy.
King of ping. He's not on anymore.
Because I have my download speeds are like 300 and something, and my upload speed's like 20. So yeah, I've got plenty of the bandwidth, but there's no way I would do this. I can't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have weighed in on that. Let's move on to some other news. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now, you picked that up at release, Sean. Is that correct, or slightly afterwards?
Yes. No, I picked up on release.
So you already are reaping the benefits of the Desperate Measures DLC and the skins, correct?
Yes. Yep. Right. I have all that already.
Oh, nice.
I have that. If you did not pick it up on release and you got it later and you're like, geez, these guys got other stuff that I don't have. Now my world is turned upside down. I can't sleep at night. Well, worry no more, because now the Desperate Measures DLC and the skins are free for everybody. Yay.
Oh.
Pressure people into buying the pre-order goodness and then give it away for free.
How does that make you feel, Sean?
It makes me feel used.
You feel dirty? Do you feel lots of viscera?
I feel very viscera in my gut over here.
That's stuff that comes out of your gut, guy.
Yeah, while we're on this, I got to ask, did you get the collector's edition?
I did not, but I did take the link that Captain Mike sent me for the statue, and I'm going to be picking that up. So
It's only like $42, right?
yeah, it's $42. So yeah.
Oh, just for the statue?
Well,
No, the
no,
whole
for the
thing.
whole collection. Now,
For the whole.
here's
Okay,
funny
that's
thing.
right.
This will be the first time I've ever bought anything like this. I've never gone with a collector's editions of anything. I have nothing. I just have the game. So this
Not
is
even
this is the
Titanfall?
first. No, no.
That's Tino. Poor Tino.
Dino.
I'm gonna look up right now and see what the price is. See if it's still hanging tough at 42. 41.37. Look at
She
that.
dropped. Going through puberty, it dropped.
Yeah. Well, 41.37 is if you get the PlayStation 4, but you don't care. You get the cheapest one because you already have the game. You just want the statue.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's enough of that. Let us know how the statue works out, because now we're going to hear Jay bitch and moan some more. Yay!
Why?
Jay's
Game
favorite
sucked anyways.
Activision. Looks like the license, maybe the reason hasn't come out yet, but we're assuming that the license for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ran out because Mutants in Manhattan is no longer digitally available anywhere. Of course, if you already bought it, it's in your library.
Right.
But if you want to go out and buy it, you can no longer buy it on PlayStation 3, 4, 360, Xbox One, PC. It is gone. Poof. Just like the Amazing Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
How
Those
big
have
of a
been
deal
removed.
is this, though? Does anybody remember what happened with Deadpool?
I was going to say Deadpool too, huh?
That came back. You know?
It came back a year later, but this is real quick, though. This is only 8 months.
Deadpool was too. It was only out for I think 3 or 4 months when they pulled it. It was ridiculous. It had just come out and it dropped out, but it was only gone for I think a month or so, and then they came out with the redo and all that stuff. But it was weird that they dropped that, and I think at the same time there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja game at the same time too that also got. It was all their Marvel licenses that got pulled.
Yeah, so Deadpool was released May 20th of 2013 and was pulled on December 31st.
Oh, okay.
So 6 months after the game's launch.
Right.
And then it came back the following year, sometime in 2015.
That's funny because I picked that game up. I love that game.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
was
bad.
going to grab it. It was
Pretty good.
$20, and I didn't grab it. I wanted to grab it because the game's supposed to be pretty decent for that one, unlike this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one.
Yeah. Still not meaning Deadpool. It's not a great... If you really are into Deadpool, you'll like it because there's a lot of quippy lines and stuff like that.
And just because I want to know, in case there's anybody out there that knows, anybody know what happened to Alice Madness Returns? You can't buy that on Steam anymore.
No idea, but please let us know.
Just if anybody knows. Off topic, but that's me.
Sean alluded to a couple times already that he's been playing Mass Effect 2, and why is that? Because it is free now on PC if you have an Origin account, which is EA's PC platform. So earlier today, I went ahead and added it to my library. I didn't download it, but just added it in so I would have it for future use.
Is there any, positivities for getting it on PC? Has it got better graphics, run better, or?
I think it's Sean's only system, so that's why it benefits.
Yeah,
Well, for Sean,
That's how I played it.
that's how I played it. I don't know.
But I've
It
never
looks
had a
cool.
stupid Xbox, so.
Well, I can't say that. I have
Now,
a stupid Xbox
that's-
360 sitting in front of me.
Does that have controller support?
I have no idea. I never.
Yeah, it did.
Never played.
Did it? Okay, I didn't think
controller.
they
I
did.
used WSD, dog.
Yeah,
But then again, I use keyboard and mouse anymore, so I don't know.
right. I don't.
If it's on a computer, I'm not using a controller. Generally, in every case.
Oh, good.
While you guys are talking about that type of stuff, I was offered today a Razer Nostromo. You guys know what those are?
Jump on it.
Sounds like a cool name.
Those like little
It's like a
Small
little side
keyboards.
thing with programmable buttons, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think AZ Rockslide has one. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The guy who plays bass in my band got the newest one. He's like, "You want the other one? I'm just going to get rid of it or it's going to sit in a box." So I'm not paying for it.
Oh, is it one of those little side keyboard things?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
okay.
program it. Yeah.
How do you feel about those, Joe?
I don't know. I've never used one. I've only used the regular old keyboard. But I did find that fancy keyboard recently and never tried it.
Yeah, I was actually looking at one of those. Actually, Mike, I was looking into one of those. You have to let me know how you feel about it. I don't know too many people that use them personally, so
I will let you know when I'll probably get it tomorrow at rehearsal when I see him. Cool. Well, let's move on here. Where are we at? Not Mass Effect. Mafia 3 got a PS4 Pro update, and so the native 1080p gets a bump up to 1440p. Visual improvements consist of 2 minor upgrades, motion blur benefits for more samples, giving a cleaner, smoother look. Shadow quality also gets a small upgrade. I guess the bump to 1440p is what they're calling a perceptible upgrade for Ultra HD display users running with 4K output engaged on the console. So I guess people were complaining originally with Mafia 3 that it was sort of not the frames per second weren't locked. So now the uneven frame pacing at launch is gone. It's been replaced with standard 30 frames per second cap. And other goodness, although if you read it through the Digital Foundry things, they're still not blown away by any of it. But they say it still looks like a lot of work was put into it, and it has improved the game, but still not a super great looking game.
Diablo 3 just got an update too, so.
Really? For PS4 Pro or?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, why don't you give us some details, Jay? Do you have that at your fingertips? Or no?
He's getting it right now.
He's getting it right now.
Yep.
Do you have that information?
Yeah, can you tell? I'm losing connection here. Yeah, Diablo 3 has gotten a PS4 Pro update. They just announced it along with the latest update that they did. So,
all right. I thought you were going to give us other pertinent details, but that's all right. If you don't have it in front of you, that is fine.
I do, but the problem is they have running video on the screen, so when I pull up that page, I can't hear you guys. Okay. Because of the squirrel he just can't keep up.
All right.
I upgraded from a hamster to a squirrel in my router, so
fucking blast some of those blue pills that you have up his ass. He'll be fine.
That was the cattle prod I was using for that.
All right. Well, the last bit of news I have here is the Steam is now given native Xbox controller support to Steam. So if you need to go in there and remap stuff to the Xbox One controller, you can go ahead and do that now. And it's also for Xbox 360 ones as well.
Don't know why you'd be doing that and not mouse and keyboard, though.
But some of us are old dogs, Joe. We're old dogs. We can't be retrained.
Come on, Joe. They already did this for the DualShock, so.
Right, yeah. So if anybody ever plays games, do you guys often find yourself playing games that you wish you could remap buttons? And Jay's going to say, every time I play the PlayStation 4. But
actually, no. I've gotten very used to using the DualShock 4, and I really like it. Matter of fact, I think it's better than the Xbox controller because of having the touchpad and the lights and stuff on it and the speaker.
How the hell did you get used to it if you never touch it?
Hey, you touch it a lot more.
I use it more than you think.
Get to know your controller.
That's what she said.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Let's get into some of the plugs out there. I guess I'll go first. For my Battlefield 1 buddies out there, the time is starting to come where we're going to need to get the Season's Pass. Looks like the new content that will be coming out in March. It's called They Shall Not Pass. I don't have too much information on this yet. I came across my Twitter feed just before we started recording, and I looked at it briefly, but it didn't give us too much except for concept art, and looks like it's going to be 4 maps. So, we got a little bit of time between now and then, but again, that's coming out in March. Other than that, let's see, plugs. Go listen to the 40cast when it comes out Sunday. Check that out. We had a good time talking this week with Matt and Eric. And other than that, I'm looking forward to getting back into some games, so I have some other stuff to talk about. When I listened to a lot of podcasts this week on the way home driving, I was like, I wish I was home playing games, because some of these podcasts I was listening to were inspiring me to play games, so I guess that's a good sign of a podcast.
Yes.
I think that's about it. Who wants to go next? Jay?
I can. I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned or not, for Christmas I got some Cloud 2s. My wife got me a replacement set, and I am now using those once again. And I still say that those are my favorite wired gaming headsets. They are so comfortable. I love them. I mean, they're not really loud. If you're in an area that's really loud, and I mean really loud, they don't work as well, but they work very well. Matter of fact, my wife gets mad at me because I can't hear anything outside when I have them on. And they sound good, and I can play for hours with those things. They don't hurt my ears at all, and it doesn't, it's not like pressure on the head or anything where some headsets do. And those are my favorite wired headset. Although I have not tried a Lucid Sound, which I want to try next, but. And also for my Xboxes, because I do have the Kinect, and I like using the Kinect voice commands. The problem is the IR blaster. They have one is in the Kinect, but when you connect it to an Xbox One S, the One S has the IR blaster built into the console itself, so it defaults to that. So it's in my entertainment center, which has glass doors. So if the doors are closed, the IR blaster doesn't work, so it doesn't turn my TV on when I turn the Xbox on, which I enjoy having that option because I just turn the Xbox on, the TV comes on, and then I can control the volume and everything else. So I ordered an IR blaster that I guess you can plug it into the back and then run it outside of the cabinet, so it will now work with the TV and stuff. So I will follow up on that and give some information. And also I put one in the bedroom. I don't have the Kinect on the Xbox One in the bedroom. I'm going to put an IR blaster on that too, so I can have it so it turns the TV on. So
TV, go to the porn. We're in the mood.
That would be at Mike's house, and it wouldn't work because he has a PlayStation in the bedroom, not an Xbox One.
I'm sure you can still get porn on the Xbox One. It's just not optimized.
Right, it's not optimized, yeah. So that's it.
All right. Sean?
Well, I'm excited for Conan Exiles, which is coming out at the end of this month. If anybody, I won't talk about it too much if there's nobody interested, but if there's somebody interested, please let us know.
Me.
I will be getting a server I don't know if I'll be getting the server on January 31st, but I definitely will have one, and I'm definitely picking the game up as of January 31st. It's going to be an early access game, so it's kind of like Ark with that respect. But they'll be releasing, patches as they go along to upgrade the game. But I've been watching all the dev streams, and I'm kind of excited for it because it's kind of cool. There's a lot of cool things in there that are coming, and I'm really excited for it. And I'm going to shout out Corey because he hooked me up with a ticket for PAX East on Friday. So I appreciate that. It was great. It was nice of him to do that, to be able to get me a ticket for that. So I'm looking forward to going to PAX East and actually meeting you guys in the flesh.
Awesome. Can you give us maybe one thing that excites you about Conan that you saw?
There's NPCs in the game. So as all the survival games I play now, 7 Days to Die has NPCs too, but they're just zombies. These NPCs actually have purpose. You can actually capture NPCs and force them into slave labor and then make them do things for you, like building stuff or crafting things or guarding your base. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
Oh, I thought they were non-productive chickens.
No. Nope.
Oh, okay, good.
Nope. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
Anything else, Sean?
No, I'm just going to try to ignore Jay right now, so I'm good.
All right. Joe, please try to follow that up.
Sean stole my fucking Corey off of the list here, so fuck Sean. Fuck Corey.
I wouldn't fuck Corey, but I'd play games with him.
Oh, yeah? You're like that?
He's just giving foreplay. He'd play games with him. They play footsies. You're just a big
tease, Jay?
Yeah.
You give him a little...
what am I, kitty soft paws too?
Give him some foot play or something under the table, and then and then you just take off. Oh, I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to steal your shout out. I had to at least shout him out for the ticket because, I mean.
Well, he had it in there. It says Corey right in plugs.
Yeah, I see that.
That's true.
So you plug in Corey?
Bastard.
You both want to plug Corey.
Unlike you, who just want to set him up for it and then leave. So whatever,
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah, I'm a tease.
But basically, I just wanted to say, Corey, bummer you're not on the show. We'll miss your sound effects and the blood, sweat, and wood. I had to make the joke because you weren't here, so.
It's true. This reminds me that we got a few sponsorships this week to help out with, paying for the podcast and things of that nature. So we'll be rolling out some ads in the coming episodes, and I'll wait for Corey to come back with that because I know he likes to partake in stuff like that. So that's a little teaser. What do they call it? Yeah, teaser. Anything else, Joe?
Little foreplay.
That's it.
As Jay would call it, those are just games. All right. We'll be back next week, but this has been episode 184. Thanks for listening. Jay, do the honors.
Same beta time, same beta channel. See ya!
That does you harm. She lying there on the floor. She's staring out the door. Trying, you're looking and you know you can't take it until you realize that you couldn't escape it. Where you are, you don't know. Till you're at the bottom with the nose full of blow. Don't know what you're doing to me. See you lying there so hopelessly. Get yourself back up before it's late or life of brain will be on me. Don't care about anyone. Just as long as you have your phone, or as long as you get your fix. Now you're thinking of deep six. Trying, you're looking and you know you can't take it until you realize that you couldn't escape it. We all, you don't know, till you're at the bottom with the nose full of blow. Don't know what you're doing to me. See you lying there so hopelessly. Get yourself back up before it's bad or life of pain will be on me.
This one is a steaming dumpster fire so far.